Good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? Let me give us a little screen here. This is Dr. Herbert Harris, and this is Fantastic Friday. All right, let's see. Andrew Arita. All right, official. Thank you. Welcome for joining us today. Whew, let me tell you, folks, let me have a little coffee because it is Fantastic Friday. It is time to move on. Someone asked me about some pictures in the background, and first time I've seen them up close. And there you see me and Johnny Cochran in the old days of practicing law. And up above you see Sandra and myself, and was it Robin Robinson? And right behind me, yes, my grandson. A family portrait. Anyway, today, Fantastic Friday. Hey, Sade, how are you? It's me. Thank you. It's me. Good. Today, Fantastic Friday. Quentin, welcome. I want to think about, we're closing out the year. And let me tell you something, folks. We have had some fantastic experiences in closing out this year. We've been interviewing people. We're now over 45 interviews. And people sharing some of the obstacles they've overcome and some of the breakthroughs that they've made as they prepare for the new year. Good morning, Quentin. Yes, yes. And in those interviews, one of the things that keeps coming out and coming through, and it's especially important now, is there are different types of journeys. That many times you have your greatest breakthrough when you're going to something, but sometimes you have your greatest breakthrough when you're going from something. By the way, let me just advise you and recommend that you go and visit our website, herbertharris.info, because as you close out this year and prepare for the next year, there's some powerful tools there. There's the perfect holiday gift, which is the 12 Universal Law of Success. Oops. Okay. We also have the home study course, the New You for the New Year home study course, which is really transforming people's lives on their terms. And we have some other great digital bonuses and things that can help you go from where you are to where you want to be. But today I want to focus on a section from the 12 Universal Laws of Success on page 74 and 75 of the Super Achiever edition. And it talks about two categories of goals. And it says there are two categories of goals: goals in continuity and goals in opposition. Goals in continuity are logical extensions of your present condition or situation enhanced by reasonable improvement. It gives a nice example. Upon graduation from high school, you decide to become a surgeon. The goals that may lead you to this vision of becoming a surgeon may be in continuity. You get accepted at the college of your choice. You graduate from college with a 3.8 average. You get accepted at the medical school. You successfully complete your medical school at the top 5% of your class. You see, the idea is each one of the goals builds on the one before. And so as you're closing out this year, I'd like for you to focus for a moment on the things that you have accomplished over this year and look at them from the perspective of which things would you like to continue? Which things would you like to grow? If you had a garden, you're looking at the flowers. What flowers do you want to put more fertilizer on? What flowers do you want to nurture? And so as an exercise for today's Fantastic Friday, to make a list of the things you really would like to continue into the next year. So, when we think about it, Sade is a student. She's working on her marketing program and some of her classes. And so her goal in continuity might be to complete the finals for this semester, to get registered for the next courses, to complete her marketing strategy and her marketing programs with her consulting firm. Quentin is in insurance, so his goals and continuity may be to contact more people, to build a larger network of folks who could enjoy and benefit from his services. Maybe to like attend more networking functions. And so these are the type of goals that really honor what you've done so far this year. So don't sell yourself short. Just take a few moments when we finish this broadcast to think of some of the good things you've done, some of the tasks that you've completed that are rewarding to you. Think of those things that you may consider your greatest victories, things that make you happy, things that you're pleased with. So these goals and continuity are very powerful because they really help you build your confidence. When you have the goals and continuity, you can always reach back and say, you know what? I got out of high school with a 4.0. I got into the college of my choice. I got my scholarship. Even if you're looking at your business as an entrepreneur, those goals and continuity. Now, I'm a network marketer. You know, I retired from my law practice to do network marketing, which was a blessing. If I had not done that, I probably would never have written the 12 Universal Laws of Success or some of my other books. So when I look at the goals and continuity for an entrepreneur, it may be, all right, let me do this. Let me focus more on income producing activities. You know, as an entrepreneur, you can get excited about being excited. So let me focus on income producing opportunities. So the idea is to look at the things you've done and build upon them. Now, the other goal type, we call it goals in opposition. Let me read from the book. Goals in opposition are goals that represent a complete change in your current situation or condition. They may represent an abrupt change in the direction of your life. An example of a goal in opposition could be, after smoking a pack of cigarettes a day for the last 20 years, you decide today to quit smoking immediately. Your stated goal to quit smoking immediately is a goal in opposition to what you've been doing every day for the last 20 years. Goals in opposition often result from a negative experience, from trauma, from a situation. In other words, goals in opposition often result from a wake-up call of some kind. And so if we look at that garden analogy, the goals in opposition are the weeds. Nobody plants weeds. And every gardener who wants to have a beautiful flower garden must acknowledge that in addition to nurturing the flowers, you must pull up the weeds. So this is where I want us to think about this. Because as we go into the new year, goals in opposition are those things that you don't want to take with you into this new year. And it's important to focus and to recognize them, because if you don't, they'll stay with you. They may hide in the corner, but they'll stay with you. A little more about goals in opposition. Goals in opposition are generally harder to accomplish than goals in continuity. As you begin to develop your long-range goals, a bigger picture develops, one that encompasses what your long-range goals are, and brings them together as the foundation of your purpose in life. And so when we look at the goals in opposition, these are generally those things that are contrary to and opposed to your purpose. So if you're smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, that's definitely a goal that's against your desire to live. That's an experience that's against your desire to be healthy. If you're constantly in a state of fear so that you're fearful about doing everything, that's something you need to get away from. That's a goal in opposition. I will no longer be fearful. So today, this Friday, this fantastic Friday, one of the last Fridays as we prepare to move into the new year. Look at the things, the weeds in your life. You see, if you don't focus on them, you won't pull them up. Sade says, I will no longer be fearful. Amen. Thank you, Sade. So I challenge you now to, what are the things, what are the activities that you don't want to take into the new year? Maybe it's smoking. Maybe it's being tardy. What are the habits that you don't want to take into the new year? Maybe it's the habit of disorganization. What are the thoughts that you don't want to take into the new year? It may be a thought of lack, where you're focusing on the glass half empty. It may be a thought of limitation, where you're focusing on what you can't do and what you don't have. Hey, Quentin, yeah, Twitter's going through a serious transformation, isn't it? That may be something you can do without next year. I'm considering it myself. So look at, what are some of the thoughts? The thought of lack, the thought of limitation. Look at some of the ego things that are driving you, that you got to be better than somebody else, that you have to have more than somebody else. Look at all the thoughts that you don't want to take into the next year. Pull them up like weeds and cast them aside. What emotions do you not want to take to the next year? Sade mentioned the emotion of fear. I don't want to take fear into the next year. Maybe it's the emotion of insecurity. I don't want to take insecurity into the next year. You may even develop a little affirmation. Insecurity is not for me. You may really want to go to the positive. As you're beginning to replace negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative habits, and negative people, you have to fill it with positive. So rather than affirm insecurity, let's affirm, I am secure. I am brave. I am courageous. Many emotions can be like chains, holding us down to a past trauma. That went down the wrong way. Many emotions can be like anchors, past failures. You know, Winston Churchill once said that success is moving from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. So maybe it's those emotions you need to drop behind. Habits to get rid of. Most of all, what people, what persons, what associations, what relatives, what people, who do you need to pluck up and pull out of your life experience? If there's one thing to transform you, to help you transform, is to get rid of negative people around you. Get rid of people around you who don't honor you, who don't uplift you, who are not excited about seeing you. If you want to have a good relationship, find somebody who loves you, who's excited about seeing you, who even the thought of your coming over, they go like, oh, wow, let me clean up, let me straighten up. I just can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see her. You see, when you have people around you who are not in one accord with you, the mastermind principle is a harmonic principle. So it says, when two or more gather in one accord, I am among them. So you get the harmonic vibration of empowerment. So 1 + 1 is more than 2. 2 + 2 is more than 4. So when you have when you're surrounded by people who are congruent with you, who honor you, who love you, and who see you high, see you moving on to your higher good, it creates a harmonic vibration that one uplifts you, but also it multiplies and magnifies, and it attracts into your space that you're seeking. On the other hand, when you have people who are not harmonic with your vibration, when you have people who doubt your abilities close to you, when you have people who are stuck on the person you used to be close to you, when you have people who don't honor you, who are jealous, who may be stuck in a reality years ago, something that they perceived the wrong that you had done, or their perception that you'd done them wrong. And all these years, they're staying close to you, but they still harbor that negative feeling. You know what that does? It undermines your efforts. When you're surrounded by negative people, you may be going against the grain. You may be, it's like the flower who's the gardener who's planting his flowers. You're going on in your life doing the positive things, writing and reading motivational books and working at things. But if you have people close to you who are not on one accord, that vibration undermines your vibration. That vibration of people who don't support you, people who are envious of you, people who distrust you, people who are fearful of you. That vibration is like a weed growing in your consciousness. And you may have the most beautiful garden, but if you do not pull those weeds up, essentially over time, the weeds will consume your garden. And so as we go into the new year, let's wrap up this message today. As we go into this new year, focus on the goals and continuity, the flowers, the things you want to be, do, and have. Focus on them with such intensity that you can see yourself realizing them, experiencing them, and living them. See yourself in the home of your choice. See yourself in the car of your choice. See yourself doing the thing that you love to do most. See yourself surrounded by people who love you, uplift you, who want only the best for you. Surround yourself with people who are the wind beneath your wings. But equally important, pull up the weeds. Pull up those negative thoughts, cast them out. Affirm positive thoughts. If you're financially challenged, then affirm that I am wealthy. Affirm that I have everything I need to get everything I want. Pull up the weeds of negative thinking. Pull up the weeds of negative emotions, the fear of criticism, the doubt, all those emotions that undermine you, the insecurity, and replace them, reprogram your mind. I am secure. I am courageous. I am the person that I want to be. Pull up the negative habits. Replace them with good habits. If you've been tardy, if you're late all the time, then make a commitment. I am always on time. I am always early. And set new goals based on correcting that negative behavior. And then finally, be sure to surround yourself with people who are harmonic with your vibration, who are congruent with your intentions, who love you, who lift you up, and who see you moving on to your high good. Each of us is a farmer in the garden that is our life. Fertilize the flowers. Set those goals in continuity with all you've done, building your faith and building your self-confidence. Eliminate the negative. Pull up the weeds and replace them with positive thoughts, positive emotions, positive habits, and positive people. So, folks, when you can do that, you can be anything you want to be. Next year can be your year for outrageous success. You can do anything you desire. Nothing is impossible. I love the word impossible. Break it up and it says, I'm possible. You can go anywhere you want to go to see the Black Hills, to see the pyramids, to see the Great Wall of China. And you can fly like an eagle on the wings of hope to your dreams. Always knowing that the best is yet to come. And so it is. Whew, folks, we're closing this year out. Be sure to go to our website, herbertharris.info. Check out all the stuff we have there to help you close out strong. Check out the perfect gift, the perfect holiday gift, autographed versions of the 12 Universal Laws of Success. Check out the New You for the New Year Home Study course. This course that you can use at your time, on your schedule, to transform yourself from who you are to who you want to be. Look at some of the freebies we have, the audio on wealth building, the audio on, the Setting and Achieving Your Goals booklet. If there's one thing you want to get for free, get that booklet and get some of the other stuff to go with it. Because next year is going to happen whether you're prepared or not. Make next year your year for success. And then you can truly say, don't leave it up to the other man or to another day. Take my life into my hands, make it work out my way. It's not the number of times I stumble down or fall upon the ground. It's the number of times I pick myself up and keep on moving on to meet my goals. All right, folks. Until next week, happy holiday. Do all that you can do to be all that you can be, always knowing that the best is yet to come. Dr. Herbert Harris signing off, saying Happy New You. And so it is.